Hello everybody, this is KT from Sigma Computing. I'm excited to show you a demo today using Sigma and Snowflake together to analyze soccer or football data in hopes of learning a little bit more about which nations might fare well in the upcoming World Cup tournament. Now to do this, we're going to start by connecting directly to some data in our cloud data warehouse. One of the benefits of Sigma is that your data never leaves the cloud. Keep it right there and get all the benefits of not having to move the data around. So we'll connect to the data, we'll analyze it, we'll curate it a little bit, explore it, we'll create a nice visualization, and then we're going to want to bring in some World Cup data that we've got in a CSV. So we'll use Sigma to upload and write that to a view in our Snowflake instance so that we can continue our analysis at the speed of thought. Now to get us started here, on the screen you're looking at the table that we're connected to in our Snowflake warehouse. We've got the sports and recreation schema with this FIFA data that shows every country and each month what was their FIFA ranking and their points. Now I'm a little bit nervous about the title of this table being 2019. Sigma lets me profile my data and look at things like column details to make sure this is worth exploring. I see the data is up through 2022. That gives me the confidence that I need to move forward and explore the data. Here we are in the exploration. It should be a very familiar spreadsheet-like UI with tabs at the bottom. Here I want to clean the data up a little bit. I noticed as I went through here the first time that I had a duplication here. Half of my data was from FIFA and half was from the bodies that make up FIFA. So that's a little bit of duplication. I call it a cube. So I can take FIFA here and let's actually exclude those values. Another thing I noticed is I have a value column and I've got a variable name column. And when I looked at this one, I noticed the column details here that half my data was ranking, half my data was points. So I need to filter one out. In this case, I'm going to filter only for my rank. And now we've got the data row, the amount of rows that we want to use. We've got the right data here. We'll rename this field now ranking. That's a little more meaningful. But I want to add in or enrich this table with a new column. In this case, I want to say if that ranking field or that ranking value is less than or equal to 10, give me a 1. What that's going to allow us to do is sum up how many months in top 10 for each nation. It looks like I got a lot of nulls here, so I'm just going to do a quick sanity check here. See, okay, yep, I've got 3,200 columns. That makes sense. Now I want to visualize this, and I like charts, but I really like pivot tables. And Sigma makes pivot tables really easy. Again, no need to put it in Excel, no need to take that data out of the data warehouse. Do it right here in the UI. Take that ranking, we'll bring it into values along with our months in the top 10, get our country name on the rows, and then that sum of ranking would make a whole lot more sense if we'd aggregate that as an average. And then what we want to do is sort this. We'll sort by the average ranking. And actually, I want to sort that ascending since the lower the ranking, the better. You can see Brazil tops the charts here. Maybe I want to make that pop a little bit through some conditional formatting. We've got all these nice color scales. I like this one that's going to be a lot of gold and green, just like the Brazilian flag. So we'll pay honor here. And let's put that same formatting on the sum in months 10 so that we get that gold and green as well. So here we get that gold and green, and we can see it kind of goes to the chalk as we've got the gold at the top, gets darker to the bottom. There's a little flip-flop in here, but for the most part, if you had a high ranking, average ranking, probably had a lot of months in the top 10. So that stayed pretty true. But what I want to look at now is some World Cup data. And before I do that, let's take this national performance table or pivot table, and let's put it on its own page or its own tab, depending on how you want to call that. And we'll separate the insights this way from the data. So this just kind of help us keep things clean as we continue our analysis here. Now speaking of continuing our analysis here, I want to look at some World Cup finishing data. Fortunately, that's in a CSV, but fortunately Sigma allows us to take something like a CSV and upload it directly into our cloud data warehouse. Got these tournament standings, shows each country that finished in the top 4 for each of the World Cups. This will take a couple seconds as we actually write this to a view in your cloud data warehouse in a schema designed specifically for that. So now we've got our tournament standings in here. We can work with this just like any other view. Maybe I want to take this and strip out the strip out the left 4 values here, or trim out, however you want to call that, so that we only get the year. So you see, we're working at it just like any other object that we had in Snowflake. Can add a calculation as well. We'll do a really simple one here called 1, and that's going to be our top 4 World Cup finishes. What we can do with this now is take this column and add it to our FIFA ranking table through the ease of a column lookup, just like a VLOOKUP in Excel. We can go to that table with the tournament standings, grab those top 4 finishes, we'll sum that up, and we'll go team to team code, 7.5% hit rate. That sounds about right. And now we can go back to our insights table here, our national performance, take these top 4 finishes, re-aggregate those so that they show an average, make it pop with some conditional formatting, bring that same color scale, and when we do, we see something very interesting, or at least interesting to me. Spain, who finished really well in terms of rankings over the last 30 years for FIFA, has only 2 top 4 World Cup finishes. Meanwhile, Germany, who was ranked number 4 here by average ranking, is the top performer World Cup if we look at it by who finished in the top 4. Now, if I can recap what we did in the last 5 minutes, we were able to connect directly to our Snowflake instance with Sigma, giving us a window into that cloud data warehouse. We were able to use Snowflake's marketplace data, explore it, clean it, visualize it. We were able to take a CSV, write that to our Snowflake instance so we could blend that or join that or use a lookup to marry it with the data we already had to give us the insights that you see now, telling us that maybe Spain's not the best bet. Maybe this is their year, go Spain. Or maybe it's Germany if you're going to put your money somewhere. So with that, I hope you enjoyed this demo. We're going to do a lot more to actually make that upload into Snowflake even easier. Be on the lookout for some exciting news coming there. Otherwise, I look forward to meeting you at an event like our upcoming World Cup parties. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.